So these are the final drives off the sprayer. These are the brakes that came factory with it. And that ain't gonna work. So all this is just a rotor with a splined hub welded into it, and these calipers are shot, and it's terribly expensive for them. So we got brake rotors and slave cylinders off of a Ford Taurus, or to fit a Ford Taurus. We got these hubs to weld plates on. So this is just 1000 PTO shaft. So this is just a hub with 1000 PTO spline in it with a little ledge here. So we're gonna make a plate goes in between the hub and the rotor. Weld that to the hub, and then the rotor can bolt on. Then we can make a bracket to mount this thing on. It's going to be a little annoying because we have to come up across to hit these because it's all kind of backwards of how it should be, but it should work. So let's make these guys. Alright, we got some more parts here. This piece is going to get welded onto the final drive. These two holes here line up with the holes where the old brake caliper was mounted. So that gets welded on there. And then there's going to be spacers that go on top of these three holes and space this part here up away. And then the brake caliper is going to get mounted to this. So if we throw the rotor and everything on, then the caliper can slide in, and then this piece is going to get mounted something like that. But I'm going to have to notch it out here just a little bit because of this dumb lump. And there, it doesn't quite fit. Alright, we've got the final drives all assembled and ready to go. We rebuilt the hubs, put new bearings and seals and stuff in, so they're nice and tight now. This is the sealant. We used the right stuff by Permatex behind the hubs and on the threads of these bolts to seal it off. Oh, these pins here, or bushings or whatever, crack. So I think all of the ones in these two final drives were cracked. So we welded them up and put new bushings on, and actually these were almost worn out into this part. It was almost bad enough the new bushings wouldn't have saved it, but yeah, it was just so good enough that it worked. But we should be ready to pull the old final drives off the machine and put these on. This side pulled off. We weren't gonna pull this whole assembly out, but this is too worn. Somebody actually welded these pins so that they would fit snug in the holes. We're gonna have to cut these bushing, I don't know what you call them, these guys off and re-weld them in and put new ones in. Same on the other side. Man, that thing was in there. We had to struggle to get it out. So, unfortunately, we have to replace these pieces of tubing on the final drive mounts, so I'm in for a little bit of grinding.
Did you know earplugs are flammable?
Really?
Yeah.
Did one start on fire on your ear?
What are we doing? New bushings. Voila, we're gonna put that right in there.
Okay. Dad got these guys welded on. It's all white because it has rust converter on it. Got the beam welded on the bottom, well, tube I guess. But it's just about ready for paint and to be put back together. They got a bunch done while I was away today. Final drives are on, wheels are on, radiator's in. So next step I think is to put the brakes on here. So let's do that. These are on. I put washers in here to space the brake caliper out a little bit. Looks like it should, clearance should be just about right. We'll see how it works. These are brake lines. What are they for? I think a 92 Chevy pickup or something. I don't know. It's not quite ideal, but they're gonna get routed, something like that. We have to figure that out yet. Hopefully the parking brake cable works, that it clears the axle. The axle seized or I'd put it on. Sorry for the sporadic updates. I've been working while Dad was plugging away at this thing. So it looks like we've got brake lines, at least sort of, connected here. Radiator was in last time. He said he got it running. Got some stuff buttoned up in the engine compartment. battery holder here. We made one. Oh, it's warm. He must have just been running it. But good bungee strap hold down. The front end is now torn apart. It was all loose. These are not really straight, but I think we're gonna run it like that for this year.